We want to bring you now back to our top story as the international community reacts to President Trump's comments that the United States should take over the Gaza Strip and rebuild it. In another move yesterday, the United States has withdrawn from the United Nations Human Rights Council and has ended funding for Palestinian relief agency UNRWA. I want to bring in Reuters White House reporter Jeff Mason to talk about this. Jeff, it's good to see you. So UNRWA has been a controversial topic, with the Israelis claiming that it has employed members who supported Hamas. But talk about the impact that what the United States is doing, what impact that could have on the agency.
It has been a controversial group, and President Biden, President Trump's predecessor, also did put a pause on funding after it was found that there were members of UNRWA who were part of the October 7th attacks on Israel. So there is some bipartisan concern about the organization. But to your broader question, Vlad, it is an organization that provides aid to Palestinians, hundreds of millions of dollars worth. So it's been a critical group in helping a population that has certainly been suffering quite a bit in these last couple of years and before. But you're right to mention the controversy. It is also a group that President Trump, during his first term, paused funding on. So this is not an unusual step for this Republican president.
So, Jeff, let's also talk about the action that's been taken against USAID. I think it's fascinating to me to look at the people on the internet who have absolutely no idea what they're talking about when it comes to understanding how this agency was created and what is happening at this very moment. I want you to provide some clarity for our audience. Yes, the agency was created by executive order under President Kennedy, but Congress many years later made it an official agency. Just explain that so people understand exactly what's going on here and what the role of Congress would be if you were to completely disband it.
Well, that's exactly right. It is an independent agency and supported by law. And if the president wants to completely shut it down or move it into the State Department, which is what his stated goal has been, then he'll need Congress to help him do that by passing a law along the same lines. That is not inconsistent with another agency that he's trying to close, which is the Department of Education. And we're expecting an executive order on that coming up fairly soon as well. But he can't just do it by fiat. He can't just do it with an order. Congress has to play ball. And not everyone in the Senate is going to be on board with that. In general, also to your broader question, USAID is an aid organization that provides life-saving service, funding and volunteering and aid work around the globe. And there's just a big question mark now over the impact that this is going to have, not to mention the impact on the workers who have been recalled or put on leave.
Jeff Mason, always great to have you to provide that reporting and that clarity we sorely need. Appreciate it, my friend. Thanks.
Thank you.